Pandemic relief programs, like the ones on unemployment insurance and small businesses. It's time we do the same thing for student loans. Student loan payments pause is going to 5%, in the top 5% of incomes, by the way, will benefit from this action period. In fact, about 90% of the eligible beneficiaries make under $75,000 a family. Here's what that means. If you make under $125,000, you get $10,000 knocked off your student debt. If you make under $125,000 a year and you received a Pell Grant, you'll get an additional $10,000 knocked off that total, for a total of $20,000 relief. 95% of the borrowers can benefit from these actions. That's 43 million people. Of the 43 million, over 60% are Pell Grant recipients. That's 27 million people who will get $20,000 in debt relief. Nearly 45% can have their student debt fully canceled. That's 20 million people who can start getting on with their lives. All this means people can finally crawl out from under that mountain of debt, to get on top of their rent and their utilities, to finally think about buying a home or starting a family or starting an accident and cut it by another $300 billion over the next decade, because Medicare will be paying less for prescription drugs, and over $1 trillion if you add it out for the next 2 decades. The point is this: there's plenty of deficit reduction to pay for the programs, cumulative deficit reduction to pay for the programs many times over. I will never apologize for helping Americans, working Americans middle class, especially not to the same folks who voted for a $2 trillion tax cut that mainly benefited the wealthiest Americans and the biggest corporations, that slowed the economy, didn't do a hell of a lot for economic growth, and wasn't paid for, and racked up this enormous deficit. Just as we've never apologized when the federal government...
I have huge news to go over today. President Biden and other top lawmakers are making big progress this week on passing new legislations. There are 3 batches of stimulus checks that are set to go out this month, and in February, these payments may be worth up to $600. So friends, make sure that you watch until the end of this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Hi, welcome to Updates Area YouTube channel. Not all but many states in our country are getting another stimulus check during the month of February. These payments will be worth up to $600 that are aimed to help residents deal with the high cost of living. This has created many issues and obstacles for Americans who are just trying to make ends meet. Prices have been increasing over the past year, but inflation does not look like it will go down anytime soon. There are several USA cities that will get the stimulus payment. Each of them are from different states and will have a different set of qualification rules. First, the state of Idaho will offer citizens a one-time lump sum of $600. This was initially approved in September 2022 when the state of Idaho allocated a package that would reduce the record budget surplus and cut taxes within the state. Payments will continue to roll out until March of this year. In Massachusetts, the town of Chalisa kicked off the second phase of the Universal Basic Income Program in December. Payments to the town's residents will be $400. It will go to about 700 residents in Massachusetts. The town of Chalisa kicked off the second phase of the Universal Basic Income Program in December. Payments to the town's residents will be $400 to about 700 Chalisa residents. This is a continuation of the first phase, when our estimated 2,000 households received monthly payments from November 2020 to August 2021. The deadline to apply for this payment is Friday, January 6th at midnight. The city of Alexandria in the state of Virginia is rolling out $400 payments for 2 years that will start in the month of February. The city is allocating money as part of the Recurring Income for Successes and Equity program. Some residents might be eligible for a tax refund of up to $700. President Biden's administration has also urged the Supreme Court to uphold this his blackguard student loan forgiveness plan that would wipe away debt that's owed by tens of millions of Americans. Supreme Court to uphold his beloved student loan forgiveness plan that would wipe away debt that's owed by tens of millions of Americans. Nation's highest court will hear oral arguments next month in the pair of legal challenges over the plan's. Opponents, including 6 conservative states, say that the Biden administration overstepped its authority by creating the debt relief plan on its own. The Biden administration has urged that those challenging the effort do not have the standing to sue because they are not directly harmed by the plan. Biden said that if the court disagrees, then the program is nevertheless permitted under the law. The administration also told the Supreme Court that lower courts have left millions of economically vulnerable borrowers, according to an official statement by the Biden administration. The justice should not compel the damaging and destabilizing result. The administration argues blocking the program will cause lower federal courts have frozen implementation a Biden's loan program for months. Now, in a separate move, the administration extended a pause on student loan payments until as late as June 30th, 2023, temporarily limiting the impact of those court decisions. Biden's plan would cancel up to $20,000 in student loan debt for Pell Grant recipients and $10,000 for other bars for individuals earning up to $125 a year, part of the household where total earnings are no more than $250,000. More than 26 million Americans have applied for the relief, and the administration has estimated that 40 million people may be eligible. The latest appeal marks the third time that Biden's student loan forgiveness program has come before the nation's highest court, but for now the 26 million borrowers who have already applied for debt relief remain in limbo, and the education department indicated that it's not accepting any new applications at the current time. So that was today's update, and I hope you liked the video. Please leave a like and also hit the subscribe button. I will see you next one. Bye bye.